Welcome to the show, everybody. Sean Palmer over here. Seth Kamen's over there. How you doing, buddy?
All good, man. All
Yeah.
good in beautiful Livingston, New Jersey. We saw our first snow flurries of the year. Exciting time to be in New Jersey right now.
Yeah, no. I have no desire for that. We actually had snow last week, 2 weeks ago. We had flakes. Nothing accumulated.
Hey, nothing here either.
We did have flakes. So I am very happy if I don't see snow in the next week, because the next week, me going all over the place, have the sports trip from, you can call it heaven or hell, depending on who you refer to. I will on Friday be jettisoning to Chicago, where it will be lovely and warm. No, not so much.
By warm, you mean 34 degrees?
Look, it's supposed to be above freezing the entire time, so that's a positive. I will be seeing Syracuse play Notre Dame in South Bend on Saturday. That is a bucket list item for me, for sure. Sunday, I will be flying to Las Vegas, where I will see the Browns versus the Raiders, which is not a bucket list item for me whatsoever.
You may be the only person at the game.
Well, here's the thing. We had a choice. We could have tried to have gotten tickets to Soldier Field and gone to the Bears versus Steelers. And we know how well the Steelers travel. So that those tickets would have been exorbitant. And you always run the risk of sitting outside in Soldier Field, and it could have been 20 degrees. Option B, we're going to Vegas anyway for Monday, which I'll get to in a second. Just fly to Vegas and sit in Allegiant Stadium where it's going to be 70 degrees and watch the Browns play the Raiders. If you don't care about either game, what's the difference? You're just going.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be watching Red Zone on your team on your phone, seeing if we can hold on to our 10-1 record, which we will be an underdog.
That is true. I will also be rooting, as I'm actually in third place in my league, which I have never won, and I have the Browns defense against the Raiders. So I also have Ashton Gentry, which doesn't help, but I will be playing A versus B, so I'll be able to watch that. Then Monday, Syracuse plays in a basketball tournament in Las Vegas for some reason. And I believe they play their first game. So they play two games. So Syracuse Las Vegas tournament. The first game they play is Houston, number 1 rated Houston, on Monday. And then we play Kansas on Tuesday. Because why not start out the year with a bang, baby? Look,
in your good old days, you played St. Mary's the Poor 17 times before your real season started. And
true.
I mean, to be honest, and this is kind of where I feel about college basketball right now. So our biggest recruit is making his decision tonight, 7:30.
At least for the time being, because he could always switch tomorrow.
Of course. So it's Georgetown, Maryland, Kentucky, Arkansas, or the Final Four.
All right.
We have he's from College Park. We have a decent shot. And you're reading about it, and you're kind of excited. And they said, and he will receive over $2 million in NIL. So.
But you know what? You root for the team on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back, right?
I get it, but it's not the same, and you know it.
No. I know that. But I mean, traveling. Look, if Syracuse beats Houston, the number 1 team in the nation, on Monday, I'm still going to be ecstatic. Whether it doesn't matter.
Of course.
Right? And then they will probably get blown out by Kansas on Tuesday. But they will if they do win on Monday. So I am then on Tuesday, I am driving to Phoenix to spend the holiday with my family. So it is a whirlwind situation. I am pretty happy with the way it looks like it's going to turn out. No snow in South Bend. But
will there be any snow when you're visiting your mom in Arizona?
No, but in the 40s in South Bend, which could be a lot worse than the 40s for Thanksgiving weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. And you're right. Congratulations to us. The first time we have ever gone 10-1. 10-1. And we're underdogs this week.
We are.
part of that is when you lose. Look, our team has been very lucky with injuries this year. More than anything else, we have been very lucky. And now we are getting hit a little bit by that injury bug, having Garrett Wilson on the IR and being a little shortchanged with wideouts. Now, luckily today we were able to pull out a lovely free agent, getting Darryl Mooney, considering the fact that Kirk Cousins is now the quarterback, and Drake London is probably out for the next 2 weeks. So not a bad pick when you're in week 12 and scrapping that free agency bandwagon that we tried to do. So, and I know Seth is always concerned that we don't have enough free agent money. While I am always concerned that we don't have enough draft money, you are concerned we don't have enough free agent money. We have $85 left. We're fine.
Let's just not spend it all on D'Angelo Williams.
I will tell you, if James Cook goes down, we were spending it all on Roy Davis. And
Ray Davis.
That's it. And
as opposed to Ty Johnson?
I think Ty Johnson's actually somebody's got him. And
really?
Yeah, and we won't get Jahmyr Gibbs is back up, and we have Etienne, and we can't get Tootin. So better hope if any of them go down, it's James Cook. So anyway, but congratulations to us, 10-1, 10-1. Well done. But again, underdogs this week. So congratulations. Before we move on, congratulations to you as well. You have your coach for the next 6 years in college football, Mike Locksley.
What?
Yeah, Mike Locksley returns.
Yeah, not for our next 6 years.
I think his contract is up is 6 more years.
No, his contract is up in 27.
Oh, okay. So congratulations. Oh, I saw it in 2026, not for 6 more years. Congratulations, you have your coach. Does that make you happy at all?
The only way it will make me remotely happy is if Washington doesn't transfer our freshman stud quarterback, and if we keep Zion Ali, who's the number 2 or 3 prospect in the country, who pretty much signed with Maryland because of Locksley.
Correct, but
let's be honest, that is the only reason Locksley has a job right now.
And he is still taking visits, though. He has reopened his recruitment. So
he's still signed, but yeah, he hasn't reopened. This is not like Penn State where people literally are saying we're not going to Penn State. But yes, he is looking.
He is keeping his options open. Is that better? He is keeping his options open. Such is life when you are an NCAA football or basketball or any fan at this point, because you're not really sure where your team is going to lie. And I think you just have to be thankful for the team that you have when you have it, and hope that these players are not going to just at mid-game say, I'm out of here, because they can do that too. Speaking of returning, James Franklin makes his move and goes to Virginia Tech, which I think is a great move for him. I think it's a winnable conference every year. He's not going to be burdened with an SEC or a Big Ten where he has 3 games that he has on the schedule and he looks at with absolute disgust every single year. I mean, the ACC is a winnable conference. Virginia Tech has won in the past, and they're putting $200 million into that place.
Yeah, it's, as a Maryland fan, it's awful because he is going to be beating us on recruit after recruit. But for him, it is a really nice situation. It's a school with a history, a football history. They went to the national title game in 1999 with a guy named Michael Vick as quarterback. They were consistently really good under Frank Beamer. They are, as you said, in a winnable conference without the pressure of a Penn State or an LSU or an Auburn or any of those other schools that need coaches. There is a pressure there, but nowhere near the same threshold. He'll do really well there. I wonder how long he'll stay, but he'll do well there.
Well, I'm curious on two roads. I don't think there's pressure there. I just don't
You
like
do-
you said. I don't think.
Yeah, I said it's less.
No, I don't think it's quite frankly. I don't think it's much, if any. I look. Frank Beamer was a coach in a different world, right? I mean,
Yes.
Nick Saban. Hey, Jakey. I like the
Hi.
sweatshirt. I wonder who got it for
Thanks.
you. That was this guy.
Who's that guy?
I know.
Is that guy. So, all right, Jake, we need an update on basketball. We need an update on all sports. Jake Kamens. Go.
What do we got? So everything's kind of done.
Done?
So
We got a
well,
new.
done for this week. He had basketball tryouts last night.
Okay, how'd those go?
I was only playing with fifth graders, so I don't know.
Okay, were we showing our LeBron James show or Alex Caruso show?
Were you hustling or were you incredibly the biggest guy there?
LeBron James.
Yeah,
LeBron.
you weren't LeBron, dude. You weren't the biggest guy there.
And I think more than anything else, seeing your haircut right now, I think Seth. I think I need to get the boy a headband.
He does have a headband, which he wore for what do you call it? For Halloween.
I think we need to wear the headband for basketball and show off. I think that
Is this just to make his father feel bad about his hair?
no,
he doesn't have the
absolutely
flip.
not. I think it's more along the lines for two reasons. First of all, it gives him something that everybody knows it's Jake. It's just Jake with the headband. And number two, I think his mom would be absolutely mortified watching him with a headband running up and down.
No, I think she'd be fine. She'd be fine with it.
All right. So, Jake, we're headbanding it. We're going to get – what color is your uniform?
Yellow. But I already have a headband that's blue and yellow.
He can wear his
Wristbands.
Wait,
can wear his
gold
gold
and
space.
yellow? The Lakers colors? That's even better. We got to get a Laker
No,
headband.
he's got the Warriors colors, blue and gold.
Oh, blue and gold. Okay. All right. So so that's basketball. Basketball tryouts went well. And when do we start the games or practices?
Well, he's got to find out what team he made or if he made a team. So
Oh, it's
I
an
would
if.
hope so.
It's not a when.
it's a probable, but not a definitive.
Okay. Is this for school or is this town?
This is travel.
Travel. Okay. And okay. So we got basketball taken care of. Is that the only sport for the winter?
No, we have
Tennis.
we have tennis. We have a tournament every Saturday from 2 to 4.
Excellent. And how'd we do last week?
I did really well.
Okay. And I assume
It's
we
actually
don't have,
one big tournament.
Yeah.
And whoever gets the most games wins.
He's doing well for a 9-year-old in an under 12 tournament, under 12 or under 13.
Under 13.
He's
So
holding
I-
his own really nicely.
So I think Jake, move back on camera, Jake. I think it's more important for you to acknowledge the hard effort that your dad put in this past weekend. Your dad went to a bar mitzvah and then, which was 100 miles away, and managed to make all 3 of your games in the same day. Is that true?
Yeah.
I think this is an acknowledgement. This is a thank you, Daddy. Come on. You can say it. The words can come out. Oh, there you go. Look, Seth no longer has the wheels to go up and down the court, but he does have the Mercedes to get himself from place to place.
To be fair, I never really had the wheels to go up and down. I was more of the secondary fast break going into a slower half court offense. But such is life.
So you were DeAndre Hunter, a guy that didn't rebound and just played.
No, I rebounded. I rebounded a lot, but I didn't get him paid $75 million over 4. So
So
or
Jake,
100 million over 4. Sorry,
Jake, have we been watching the NBA or have we kind of just not been
I've
there
been
yet?
watching the NBA to see how my fantasy's been doing.
he's been.
Jake has a
'cause
fantasy team. I forgot about this. Okay. So
we have a 4-person fantasy league.
right, which means everybody's got an all-pro team,
Yes.
right?
And who's in first place?
Right now, you are. But I'm ready. But other week you're gonna get destroyed, Dad. You're losing 4-2.
So let me.
5-1.
So it's interesting you bring up fantasy basketball because, of course, I watch clips every once in a while, and then it hits me to look something up. Does fantasy basketball still have negatives, as in like you want to have the least amount of turnovers?
We don't. You can choose whatever. It's just like any other league. You can choose whatever stats you want. We, considering two of the participants are not of bar mitzvah age yet. We kept it a little bit more simple.
Okay,
So it's 3-pointers, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, points.
Okay. So I'm going to ask Jake, and I'll ask you this as we do every once in a while on this show. We have some trivia. So here is your trivia. Okay. I'm not sure if Jake knows this player, so it may just be Seth. I would like Seth to guess or see if he knows the amount of assists and turnovers that Jason Williams, white chocolate, averaged over his career and in his best season.
And his best. I know the player.
You know Jason Williams?
Okay. I bet you will be surprised.
No, that's not Jason Williams.
That's Jameson Williams.
No, it's Jalen Williams. Different player.
We're talking white chocolate, of which your dad will show you clips of, because watching clips of Jason Williams is amazing. So
I'm bringing it up right now so he can take a look.
Well, I want to guess. What do you got?
I'm assuming the most assists in a season would probably be 8 or 9. I mean, I don't really have much of a guess on that.
Okay. So the most was 8. White chocolate. So the most was 8. So you hit that. How about turnovers?
4.
So he never averaged over 3.3, which is something that surprised me, because generally players like that turn the ball over a lot.
Yeah, that's actually pretty 2.5 to 1. That's pretty good.
Exactly. His career averages were 6 assists, which seemed to me kind of low, but he did play part-time towards the end of his career.
Right. I was going to say he had a lot of games where he was kind of a backup or a 6. He wasn't a guy who played 40 minutes a game.
Correct. He averaged 29.4 minutes per game. And the total turnovers, surprisingly, 2.1 for his career.
Why is it called white chocolate?
Because he's white and he was smooth like chocolate.
He's smooth?
Look at him. Look at him pass. Look at this. I mean, that's just smooth, dude.
He's the only person that there's a story about Larry Bird, right? Where John Sally is guarding Larry Bird, and Larry Bird goes to John Sally and says, Are you really putting a white guy on me? Is that something that you're really doing? I have a feeling the majority of the people that originally saw Jason Williams thought he was just a light-skinned brother, not a white guy, because there aren't many.
You want to explain to him this, or can we just kind of keep?
No, we're gonna cut. We're gonna cut. So, Jake, you think you could play like Jason Williams?
Yeah, I had two assists in my tryouts.
So I'd like to see the behind the back drop off to the dunk.
There you go. You like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that just happened on the YouTube video.
Yeah, he's watching YouTube videos right now.
There you go. Well, that's the place to watch it. Okay.
Magic?
Well, he was on the Magic.
So Jason Williams was on Sacramento, Memphis, Miami. Then he retired for a year.
I'm part of him, actually.
Then he went back to Orlando and played 82 games after retiring for a year. And then played for Memphis again.
On my all-time card.
Yeah, but he was much more famous for his ball handling and his passes. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous.
And here's another. Hey, Jake, here's another interesting tidbit about Jason Williams. Jason Williams was involved in the biggest NBA trade of all time. Would you like to guess how many players were involved in the trade?
No, it was like 13 or 14.
15. 15 players with 4 different teams.
And they were all mediocre, if I remember correctly.
The best players in this trade were Jason Williams, James Posey, a late Antoine Walker, an old Antoine Walker, an old Greg Ostertag, an old Eddie Jones, and a young Kurt Snyder.
Who?
Right. Kurt Snyder, who was the sharpshooter that went from the Jazz to New Orleans.
Kurt Snyder?
Kirk Snyder. So these are the players that were in the trade. Andre Emmett, James Posey, Jason Williams, Antoine Walker, Greg Ostertag, Albert Morales, Quinto Woods, Eden Bavic, Nikola Pekovic, who was a draft pick, Eddie Jones, Rasul Butler, Roberto Duenas, Curtis Borchet, Raul Lopez, and Kirk Snyder. That is a whole lot of mediocrity, my friends.
That it is.
That is one cap trade. That's all it was. It was for cap. That's all it was. So, all right. So, Jake, how much NBA have you watched? Talk to me.
Jakey, how much NBA have you watched this year?
Have we watched any?
A little.
Hello? Okay. Are we surprised by any of the teams and how they're doing, particularly the Los Angeles Lakers, who are, I believe they are 8-3 right now. And in second place.
I'm surprised with Cade Cunningham and the Pistons.
Well, the Pistons are 13-2. Absolutely.
Less.
The Lakers are 11.
I thought they were going to be like the 4 seed.
The Lakers are 11.
Now they're leading NBA.
The Lakers are 11-4 without LeBron for most of the year. I mean, they have played as well as they can play. And
Luka, who's doing every single thing in the universe.
What's that?
It's been Austin Reeves.
It's Austin Reeves, baby. It ain't so much LeBron. It ain't so much Luka. Austin Reeves. I mean, look, Luka's been doing quite a lot, but if you're looking at averages, Luka is playing 36 minutes per game. Austin Reeves is playing 36 minutes per game. Luka is averaging 11 threes attempted. Austin Reeves is averaging 8. Luka is averaging 12 makes at the free throw line. Austin Reeves is averaging 10. Luka is averaging 34.6 points per game. Austin Reeves is averaging 28 points per game. Who's the one that's being set up for a beautiful contract at the end of this year? It ain't Luka. Luka's got his.
It's Austin. I know that.
Austin is going to be doing his best Cuba Gooding Jr. impersonation. Show me the money. Show me the money. And he will get it. He will get it either from the Lakers or from the Pistons. There are lots and lots of teams that will have cap space at the end of this year. But you're right, Jake, in that if you're looking at surprise teams, certainly the
Lakers.
Pistons are one of those at 13-2. The Raptors being 9-5 is kind of surprising. The 76ers, we have seen an appearance of Paul George at 8-5.
The Pacers without Halliburton is kind of, I believe that's possible to believe.
That they're 1-13.
What's that?
I don't think he's too impressed with the Pacers.
Well, the Pacers have more injured.
If he's the one scoring, I'll be happy.
Okay, so hold on a second. It's really not fair to talk about the Pacers. So the Pacers, I mean, we know about Halliburton, right? So let's look at this, right? Obi Toppin has played 3 games. Benedict Mathurin has played in 3 games, 3 out of 14. TJ McConnell has played in 4 games. Nembhard has played in 7 games. It's not like these guys are sitting out, Jake. They have more people on their injured list. They had to go to an emergency exemption to get a player on their roster because they didn't have enough guys to play. So to say that the look, the Pacers are in the perfect spot for them, right? They got their first round pick back from New Orleans in the draft. And again, we talk about New Orleans and how screwed up they are, even though they have your guy, Derek Queen. Giving up both the Pacers pick. Now, they did not know that Tyrese Halliburton was going to get hurt, but they did give up that pick. And they gave up their own pick, which may be 1 and 2 in the draft. But Seth, the thing about the Pacers is the one player that they need more than anything else is the player that they just lost. They need a replacement for Miles Turner. And there are no big guys in the NBA, in the college basketball anymore.
Jakey, stop.
Do you know? I mean, I was looking through, as our super fan Mark Rubin pointed out. He thought that the Pacers would be a super team after next year because they're going to get one of the top 3 picks in the draft this year.
Right. It is a 3-player top draft.
Right, but none of them are big guys.
No, they're all swing.
They're all swing. So, all right. So we're going to put now, not to say that you don't want a top 3 pick, but all right. So you're going to put him at the 3. So you're going to replace who? And you still don't have a big guy. Like, this is not the perfect draft for them. It's the perfect draft for Dallas.
No. Everything's coming up. What do you call it?
Black Roses?
No. Oh, my God. Everything's coming up Millhouse. It's a great Simpsons quote from like 30 years ago.
Yeah, they have gotten coal in their stocking this year, all year long, those Dallas Mavericks. And I'm not really sure, based on the firing of Nico Harrison and the ascension of Michael Finley, yes, that Michael Finley, what they could do to make their team better. Because if you are going to trade Anthony Davis, I know we talked about this a little bit last week.
We did.
Anthony Davis is earning $52 million a year. He's got 1 more year in that contract. Stars like that don't take pay cuts.
Nope.
And whatever team's going to trade for him is going to be on the hook for an extension. So if you're Dallas, are you just trading Davis to get away from Davis? All right, buddy. We'll see you later. Are you just trading?
Yeah.
Well, 20 minutes. We're going to your orthodontist.
Good luck at the orthodontist, buddy.
No, put on TV for 20 minutes. It's fine. No volume.
No volume.
So
he's having a good day.
He's having a good day. So, yeah, that's fine, Jake. Yeah, as you said, the problem really lies is he is a 32-year-old, injury-prone, extraordinarily talented 4-5 who's played 2 full seasons out of 7?
Yeah.
And is going to want $60 million a year.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind is going to give it to him?
And he's a 5 that wants to play the 4. And he doesn't shoot threes at all.
Very little.
Ever since the bubble, he has not shot threes at a productive rate. Last year he averaged, sorry about that, 0.6 threes made and he obviously 3.3 on volume. That's not going to do it in today's NBA where you have stretch 4s. Not one bit. Yeah. Now, when healthy, look, when we were on the show last year and Anthony Davis was healthy for those 5 games, right? Especially that first game. He could be a top 15 player in the league. He has the ability. In fact, I was one of those people that said after the first game, I was like, oh, this could be worth it. Yeah. Okay, I was one of those guys that was not correct. Not one bit. Like, I gave Nico some credit in that he had the balls to do the trade, but man, did that come back to bite him in a very, very big way.
Don't think he's getting a job in the NBA anytime soon.
Is there a way that Nico Harrison's paragraph on his obituary can be changed from he's the guy that traded Luka Doncic at any point? Is there anything he could do besides curing cancer that would alleviate that first paragraph that says that?
There's a famous baseball player. You'll not famous baseball player, but a famous screwed up play by a guy named Fred Merkle.
Fred Merkle, yeah. 1920.
Bonehead Merkle.
Yep, 1920.
And he retired after some minor leaguer called him Bonehead.
Okay.
And what he said was, no matter what I do with my life, on my tombstone, it will say, "Here lie Bonehead Merkle. Welcome to Nico's world."
Well, and I think there are many players over the course of time that you are remembered by one play or one instance, right?
Correct.
Bill Buckner, number one. Bill Buckner hit over 2,600 hits in his career. Bill Buckner won 2 batting titles. Bill Buckner was a borderline Hall of Famer. Borderline, not high in it. Borderline. Certainly was better than Harold Baines. And I understand that is a very low bar, but certainly better than Harold Baines. And all we remember is it went through his legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said it the other day. Jake had a really bad play on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you called me, what did you say?
Thank God he missed.
No, you actually said he had a wrong way Marshall.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Jim Marshall's a Hall of Famer. And we still call him wrong way Marshall. I mean, I'm trying to think of other players that are of that ilk that are remembered for just one play. Got any in mind? Bosworth. Brian Bosworth will be remembered.
Do they have to be negative?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I can name 1,000 positive guys.
Bob Stanley. Or excuse me, Calvin Schiraldi, sorry. The wild pitch.
Yeah. But if it doesn't get by Buckner, that wild pitch doesn't matter. Right?
I understand. But you're okay. So let me think here. Steve Smith, no.
Oh, Steve Smith might.
Isn't he a Hall of Famer?
No. Steve Smith is not a Hall of Famer. No. You're talking about the defenseman that threw it off of Grant Fuhr's leg. Yeah.
In 1988, yeah.
Yeah, which ruined the dynasty. Or ruined 5 straight
cups. It didn't ruin it. It just, it ruined 5 straight cups.
Ruined 5 straight cups. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that would be.
There are a couple of baseball players.
Who's the umpire that screwed up Andres Galarraga's perfect
Jim Joyce.
Jim Joyce. There's one. One instance in 30 years, right? I'll tell you one that's not in sports, but certainly qualifies. Marv Albert.
Yeah. You know what? If you ask most New Yorkers about Marv Albert, they're not bringing up the incident. You'd say that more about OJ.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. That's true. OJ is definitely on that list. No question. I'm trying to think if there are any other. So I don't remember any like big time errors in baseball.
There are. I'm trying. There was 2 or 3 of them, and I'm trying to remember.
How about Dan Pastore?
I don't know who that is.
Isn't he the guy that messed up the hold for the Miracle in the Meadowlands?
No, I mean, no. That was you talking about the quarterback?
Yeah,
Joe Pisarcik.
Joe Pisarcik. He was the guy that messed up the hold.
Yeah, I mean, he was the quarterback. He dropped it.
Okay.
You're talking where Herman Edwards picked it up.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. You could say in the other miracle at the Meadowlands where Deshaun Jackson returned it, you could say the punter who was supposed to punt it out of bounds, Matt Dodge, who never played another. I don't think he played another down in the NFL.
Sure.
Scott Norwood.
That is perfect.
Thank you.
Yes.
Um,
Again, these are all unfortunate, right? Because they all had decent careers, if not
yeah.
Jim Joyce was an umpire for 30 years. And we
Yes.
remember one thing, one mistake about him. Right? You
Yeah.
can make look, you want to say Pete Rose, go ahead.
That's more than one mistake.
Yeah, I guess that's right. That's right. But anyway, I mean, it's unfortunate that you make one mistake and that's where you go to that point. Oh, Tim Donahue. There you go. One mistake.
That's more than one mistake.
Is it? Okay, Terry Rozier.
You think these guys only did this once?
Do you think that okay, so it's been really quiet, right? All this has been, it was a lot of show and a lot of flash and not a lot of substance. Congress has called all the commissioners to talk about this problem.
Distraction.
No kidding. Well, I'm just saying that this is a much bigger problem than we are being led on. I think a lot of this
this is a distraction from the real world. It is not a massive I mean, it's probably relatively prevalent. But when I think of the important things that are going on in the world, this is not a high priority. But they're making it out to be because it's a distraction from that, whatever, Venezuela, Epstein, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. 100%. 100%. By the way, just so you know, your Yankees, we talked about Trent Grisham.
Yeah. I know.
That was a poor choice. And I'm not saying it was a poor choice for Grisham. I think it was a good choice for Grisham. The Yankee, it's funny how there was an article on, I think it was The Athletic yesterday, that they had Spencer Jones, who has absolutely no pathway to the major leagues, was put on the major league roster. I'm like, well, yeah. I was like, just because you have no pathway to the major league roster doesn't mean you don't go on the major league roster. You still got to find a way. I mean, Spencer Jones is one of your top prospects. He just has absolutely no place to go. I mean, nowhere. And a couple of other guys, Gleyber Torres accepts, right? Brendan Woodward accepts. You got a bunch of pitchers that did not, including Dylan Cease and Michael King, who you might see back in a Yankees pinstripe uniform.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Things happen. I know you have to go for Jake, so why don't we cut our 5 minutes here, as I have had a splitting headache all day. So
one quick shout out.
Yes.
To the smallest country in ever to make the World Cup.
Ooh.
Curacao.
Yes. Wait.
Population 175,000.
And a player, hold on, and a player on the Baseball Hall of Fame ballot from Curacao. Do you know who that is?
Bobby Abreu?
No.
Not Tony Oliva.
He's currently on it. He's actually gotten quite a lot of support.
I feel like I should know this.
You absolutely should know this.
You want to give me a hint? I don't remember off the top of my head.
He played with your New York Yankees. I mean, a lot of support.
Who is I should know, but I don't. Who is it?
It is Andrew Jones.
That's right. I don't even think I knew he was. I know he represented. I wouldn't have come up with it. I vaguely remember this. But
yeah, it's from Curacao. All right. My last 5 minutes. Look, I have not watched a lot of hockey this year so far. I've not watched a lot of basketball either. Probably because my teams, at least the Knicks, have high expectations. So I don't want to ruin those expectations by watching them because I know they'll lose. But My Islanders, who I had absolutely no expectations with, none whatsoever, have come out of the gates, and they are in the wild card standings right now. They're in the wild card if it ended today, which is obviously is not. But they're led by an 18-year-old named Peter Schaefer, who has played tremendously. Now, people ask me all the time, how high are you on this kid? I was like, A, he's 18 years old, number one. So he can't even, how high can I be on an 18-year-old? Number two, I am an Islander fan, which means I can't have nice things. Number three, I am a New York fan, which means I'm a New York fan with the blue and orange. That means I can't have nice things because every team that I root for can't have nice things. And the unfortunate part is it's in the back of my head when Matt Harvey was throwing the way Matt Harvey used to throw. And I remember I got a news alert on my phone that said Matt Harvey has torn his UCL. He needs to undergo surgery, thoracic, whatever surgery. I walked into my boss, who was also a Mets fan, looked at me and goes, "Did you really think it would be any different? We just can't have nice things."
Why have I told Jake, please don't be a Jets fan. Please don't be a Jets fan.
So he is an 18-year-old kid who is playing more minutes than any player on the defense on that team. And I love watching this kid fly up and down. He is a Cole McCarr if he stays healthy. And please, for the love of God, stay healthy. All right. For Seth Kamens, I'm Sean Palmer. We'll have a show next week right before Thanksgiving on Wednesday. I'll be in Phoenix. So we'll talk to you guys then. Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.